Okay, Fran, a CrossFit staple workout. Probably the cause of more destruction than any other workout. No, there's probably plenty of workouts that cause destruction, but the fact of the matter is Fran can do a lot of damage to a lot of people. So I want to go over how we would set up the Marc Pro for a recovery cycle on Fran, especially if you're going really hard, okay? Because the harder you're gonna go, the more you're gonna hurt, the more blood's gonna pump to an area, the more pain you're gonna be in, right? So, first and foremost, I'm gonna bring her in real quick, and we are going to go and show. So, because Fran is very grippy, we're doing thrusters, we're holding onto a bar, then we're doing pull-ups, okay? So we're holding onto a bar again in a different direction, all right? The grip is traditionally what goes big time. So setting this up on the forearm, okay, just finding a lot of the meat of the forearm and then the palm of the hand. We would set a low intensity on the Marc Pro, and we would flush this for probably 10 or 15 minutes each side. Set up, get a good pump, get a good flushing through there. It'll allow for the arms to recover much quicker. Low setting, low intensity, obviously again, 5 to 9 on that intensity scale. Okay. Then when we're looking at the legs, okay, we have two types of athletes. We're going to have an anterior dominant athlete. We're going to have a posterior dominant athlete. See, meaning somebody who's actually using their hips a lot more than their quads, okay? So if here's the easiest way to tell. If your quads are more sore than your hips are after Fran, you know which athlete you are. So for the more anterior dominant athlete, what we want to do is set up on the quads where we would set here, up high in the bulky part of the quad, and then right where that VMO sets in along with the abductors, and we just get a complete flush each leg, okay? So this would more or less be the area we would concentrate on and try and flush this for quite some time. Intensity level on a low, but we're trying to go somewhere between 7 and 9. And just let that happen for about 20 minutes for both legs, okay? If we've got somebody who is more posterior chain dominant, we want to set up on the glutes, so if I have her spin around, I'm going to look at the bulkier part of her glutes, right? Which we want to get tied in as much as we can, okay? To where things are anchoring in, so we've got the glute mean, glute max, glute minimum behind here, so we can set this up back here. Then we're looking to get potentially the adductors, which I will do that on myself. So as the adductors start to get more involved with this, we would place that placement right deep on the adductor section. And we would flush this for probably 20 minutes as well, same intensity, 7 to 9, okay? The other important place here is the back, okay? So a lot of people's low backs get lit up during this workout, and that is a fault. So, can I show your back? Perfect. So, I'm going to set up in a cross pattern on her back, on her low back, and what I'm actually going to do is if I have the Marc Pro Plus, we'll start here with the Marc Pro Plus, okay? I'm going to set on high. Because if I'm in pain, my back is in pain, I want to get out of that pain. So what we're going to do is use that Marc Pro Plus to bring her out of pain by setting it on higher, on that high setting, and slowly ramp up the intensity on that to where she doesn't want to go any higher, and we let that contraction fade out, which means we're going to shut down that area neurologically. So we're going to shut down the nerves in there, okay? Then we would flip over into a low setting and flush that back. And sit there for maybe 10, 15, even 20 minutes and flush that low back and allow it to properly go through that flushing process in sequence, okay? So the idea here is to speed up the recovery as fast as we can, but also triage anything that needs to be properly dealt with, like that low back. And this is one of those workouts where we tend to see a lot of spinal faults and that overextension because of the thruster coming up top, and then a kipping pull-up if we're not connected as much. We're getting a lot of motion out of that low back area, so we want to shut that down, okay? So, enjoy.